Joining me is the panel, Steve Conroy, former Labor Senator and Cabinet Minister, and Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal President. Michael, what are you hoping Scott Morrison will say tonight, and do you think he will say it?
Well, I hope he talks about the three or four things that he's most proud of as Prime Minister, the three or four achievements of his government. I hope he doesn't start apologising for things in the past. He should take a leaf out of Labor's book, which is just to stand firm on your record and not, cower at the attacks on him by the media and some of his colleagues, which were very unwelcome. So, the Liberal Party has to be tougher in these situations. One of the reasons we lost the election, by the way, is that Morrison was undermined by Labor in a very clever, a very brutal and nasty drip-feed campaign undermining Scott Morrison's credibility on a daily basis. None of his colleagues mounted any sufficient defence of him. So they just let this campaign against Morrison personally run for 18 months to a point where at the time of the election people said, we don't like Scott Morrison. Well, I'd only heard bad things about him for 18 months. So I hope he stands firm, is proud of what he's done and doesn't apologise, Andrew.
But Steve Conroy, the Liberals have fallen to just 31% of the primary vote. A lot of that fall has happened since the election result. And after preference, they're behind Labor by a mammoth 43% to 57%. Why would that be?
Well, look, firstly, I wouldn't take that poll as being particularly meaningful. That poll predicted that Labor's primary vote in the election would be 36%, and it was 32.6. So it was nearly 3.5% wrong. So Labor's on 37, subtract 3.5%, we're sitting on 33%. People, particularly in the Liberal Party, shouldn't be going, oh my God, it's the end of the world, because the fundamental flaws in the polling that's gone on during the election campaign and subsequent, you just can't take them too seriously. So you shouldn't be too despondent. These things will come back. Labor have come back from shocking polls. You just need to build your credibility over time. You've got to have some talking, some issues, and the Libs have got an issue that is right at their core, that they're going to grab onto. It doesn't matter if there's any truth to it. They're going to try and pretend and talk about strikes because of changes to the industrial relations system. And that'll be a bit of red meat to their base, as we say. And so you'll see they'll be very focused on the industrial relations changes, which will be something that can energise the base, and they'll keep talking about cost of living. They couldn't do anything about it when they were in government. They're going to keep trying to blame Labor for it going forward. So they've got some issues that if they're disciplined and they keep going and if they can just clean Scott Morrison out of the picture, preferably by him leaving Parliament, and that will allow Peter Dutton to move on. Sometimes you just need a natural break. The people involved need to move on. Now, a lot got moved on during the election campaign, but Morrison hanging around is just going to be a reminder.
Yeah, I think